Minister of Works, David Umahi, has expressed his displeasure over the recent closure of the Independence Bridge in Lagos, which left many Lagosians stranded for several hours on Wednesday. He stated that he was not informed of the closure and directed the immediate reopening of the bridge. Let's take a look.
I was not informed. The controller did that on her own, and it's very unfortunate because for a bridge to be closed, especially in Lagos, as you know, has been the tradition, I should be informed as the minister, and we should also have studied the implication of it, even though it's an emergency situation. We would have deployed emergency evaluation of the implication of closing the bridge. Was there any other thing we would have done? And then while we take time to do the proper work. And so I use the opportunity to warn all controllers and engineers all over the country, never you close the road or close any bridge without running it through the PAM Secretary, who we seek for the permission from the Honorable Minister of Works. And so there will be consequences, disciplinary action for this. And so let me apologize to Lagosians and to Mr. President for the trouble this closure, caused the entire Lagosians and of course the nation.
Well, this was quite confusing for a lot of Lagosians, yes, especially those that suffered in the traffic. I know you did, Bimbai. I don't know about you, but I believe the bridge is not open. You're saying it will be opened on Sunday. He promised Sunday. But meanwhile, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has also apologized to residents for the severe traffic congestion caused by the closure of the Independence Bridge for essential repairs. He acknowledged the hardship faced by Lagosians and took responsibility for the situation, noting that better communication could have reduced the impact. He also urged commuters to plan accordingly and to think out of the box. Let's take a look.
And so one of the things that will also be advising a lot of our citizens is that this kind of thing has also happened, in another form. Let's think out of the box. Let us now know that if you don't have a business to do in Victoria Land in the next 2 to 3 weeks, conduct your business via social media, via telephone, via meetings, Zoom meetings and online meetings, and plan ahead, so that if you don't need to come and visit somebody here, please, you don't have to come. Right? If you don't have a meeting that you must, ensure that it needs your physical presence, think out of the box. It was something similar that we have had during COVID, where you can have restricted movement in some part of the area for just, a couple of weeks and be able to plan your journey time and be able to, and see what are the alternatives.
All right. So Olu here urging Lagosians to think out of the box. Really, you need to plan your commute. Vimbai.
Think out of the box after the fact. As much as the apology was appreciated,
yes,
a lot
nice.
of people felt it was medicine after death, because thinking out of the box is what should have happened before the closure. So that I saw some people coming out on X, actually, creating designs of how traffic could have been detoured and diverted, and all different ways and strategies that what we saw on Wednesday could have been averted. Anyway, we've been told to think out of the box. Don't come to the island if you don't have to. We're pro-development. We are pro-infrastructure. In this case, this particular bridge, many of us didn't even know that this bridge is called Independence Bridge. Now we know why, because without it, we are actually stripped of our freedom and independence. But many people have reported the condition of that bridge. So it did need to be rehabilitated. So there's no issue around that. But when a bridge, such a central point, gets shut down and causes so much, not just inconvenience, loss to business, loss of productivity, even those who struggle with their health had challenges on this day, it doesn't look good. And you ask yourself, what's going on when the Minister of Works, because this is a federal project, Minister of Works comes and says he didn't know, that the controller went ahead and did it. It just speaks of so much disconnect and disjointedness in the system. Lagos State, in all fairness to them, are usually fantastic with their communication.
Yes.
They always let Lagosians know way ahead of time that this is what is planned and so forth. Who dropped the ball? In a normal place, a number of people will be sacked for this, because what we saw on Wednesday was the number of people who missed their flights, OG, was just, it was unprecedented.
Yes.
So heads must definitely roll for this. And fine, they've pleaded, they've apologized. Now we have to see how to plan ourselves moving forward. The bridge will be reopened on Sunday. We see the state of the excavation. They did a lot in 24 hours in terms of excavating a big portion of that bridge. So I wonder, on Sunday when they start to open, the mechanism that we're used to with Third Mainland Bridge, that, when traffic is heavy on one side, it's open to the other direction and so forth. But honestly, medicine after death, because we suffered on Wednesday. We really suffered.
Very quickly, I think it was a good show of empathy that the governor of Lagos State, Governor Sanwo-Olu, went there immediately, and also the Federal Minister of Works, Senator Dave Umahi, came to Lagos to empathize with the people of Lagos State who suffered as a result of the closure of that Independence Bridge. In fact, the minister also said the president who also has directed him to come and apologize to the people of Lagos. So at the level of empathy, that's fine. Now let's unpack what they said. The governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, said, look, they had been on this project for about 3 years, that the Independence Bridge is the oldest bridge.
Yes.
And it was giving signs of disrepair and distress for public safety reasons. They needed to do something about it. Yeah, there have been other bridges that have been reconstructed or, properly repaired in this same Lagos and elsewhere. What we're questioning is how they went about it. We got greater clarity when the minister also gave his own apology and explained what happened. He said, as Minister of Works, that he was unaware that a decision had been taken to start the repair. Even the governor of Lagos State did not know that somebody had given directives from the Ministry of Works or the Office of the Controller of Works in Lagos State to start work immediately. And hence, necessary precautions could not be taken in terms of alternative routes and all of that. What do we see here? Lack of coordination, dysfunction in how government functions.
And who's suffering?
And the people are the ones who bear the brunt. Apologies taken, but who is going to pay for the people whose vehicles collapse? Who is going to give rotus?
You asked that question yesterday.
The money that you used to go and look for hotel accommodation.
Yes, those are the questions.
And other people who suffered as a result of this lack of proper coordination. Then to go back to the minister, he now said the controller of works, the woman in Lagos, took the decision on her own, and that henceforth he was warning all controllers of work all over the country to always clear with the PAMSEC and clear with him before taking any decision. No, the warning is not enough. The woman should be given a query, because we, the people who suffered, we would like to hear our own side of the story.
All right.
Because our own side of the story may be different from that of the minister, may be different from the governor of Lagos. We want to know how we, the people of Lagos, were subjected to such hardship that came from a failure, to use the governor's expression, to think out of the box.
All right.